Hey everyone, we are back with week 7 of puppy life. We have been very busy this week with lots of things going on. For starters, puppies had their bear testing in the beginning of the week, and it went very well. All of the puppies tested bilateral normal, which is exactly what we want to see. For those of you wondering what BEAR is, it stands for Brainstem Auditory Evoked Response, and it confirms the status of a dog's hearing by detecting electrical activity in the cochlea and auditory pathways in the brain. It is generally a pretty quick and simple test performed by placing small needles under the skin and recording the brain and nerves responses to earplug inserts that emit clicking or static noises. And it does have to be performed by a specialist. After bear testing, we take those results and we send them off to OFA, which is the Orthopedic Foundation for Animals, for registration. Also during this week, puppies had their checkup with their regular vet, and all went well. At this visit, we have their first round of vaccinations, dewormer, a physical exam, and clearance to go to their new homes in the near future. This part is super important for me because I am aware of the natural human bias that we all have, right? I can look at the puppies and think that they're perfect because I'm around them all the time, which is why I always want an unbiased opinion and also why we do not do our own vaccinations or chips. I want veterinary professionals to examine them and confirm that they're healthy and sound and ready to go to their new homes. Normally, we would do the microchips at the regular vet, but this time around, the bear vet actually did them because it makes the OFA registration a little bit more of a simple process with a permanent identification. All right, doctor stuff out of the way. The puppies are just literally like pure joy at this time. They're so fun, so curious, and it really is quite an experience. Puppies are still eating 3 times a day, and they are pottying quite a bit, which at this age with so many puppies is an increasingly not fun experience. Of course, smaller litters would be a little bit easier at this stage, and the weather is also really not helping us because it's just too cold. Either way, most puppies are doing very well with going potty on their pads. We see some of them go out of their way to only potty on the pads, and then there's others who need to work on their aim. But progress is what we want. After all, they are still little babies, and perfection is just not a thing at this stage. Socialization and mental stimulation are a major priority for us this week and in the coming weeks ahead. Their vaccination schedule makes it a little difficult for them to be socializing with anybody outside of their immediate household, but we do what we can. The puppies had a blast this week playing with lots of different things and meeting their new families in person. I love this part of it because it gives us an opportunity to meet each other, learn things, discuss all of the puppy stuff, and decide who we like and who's just not for us. And I don't think that that's ever a bad thing. Some puppies just cling to people, and I definitely like to see it. I just won't send a puppy home with anybody. It's really important to me that the families and the puppies are good matches for each other for many reasons. Above all, a cohesive home with joy and longevity as key goals. An example of this would be me, for example. I am keeping a puppy from this litter, and I know without a doubt that one of these puppies is just not for me. She has a wonderful temperament and she's absolutely beautiful, but we just don't have that vibe, and that's okay. The other two, I am struggling to make a decision, but I'm going to have to very, very soon. Some other things to note this week: the importance of crate training. We do begin crate training very early, and I know that there's lots of people out there that have a very negative view of crate training, but I'm going to give the baby analogy here, so hopefully you can understand my thought process on why it is necessary. So, we put babies in cribs, right? Why do we do that? Well, we do it because it keeps them safe. Puppies are obviously not babies, but having an early understanding and appreciation for a safe space can help them throughout their lives in many, many ways. is an article on the American Psychological Association's website that talks about this in depth, but I will link it in the comments. Essentially, it says that a dog's mental capabilities are close to that of a 2 to 2.5-year-old child. Now, I cannot imagine allowing any child of that age to free roam and not get into dangerous situations. Puppies are teething, so they're nonstop looking for things to chew on, places to potty, and just all of the mischief. There are entirely too many dogs that end up in shelters and rescues to not take the time to do your due diligence now by teaching your puppy necessary life skills to become a well-rounded dog. Learning how to be okay in a crate is definitely top of the list for us. This does not mean that you have your dog live in a crate. It just means that you teach the dog that the crate is okay. It is not by any means an easy task, but it is a necessary one. I hope you all have had a wonderful week, and thank you for watching, and stay tuned for week 8.